Hello, my name is Chelsea Van Butte, and I did my final project on Elsie de Wolfe. A famous quote of hers is, "I'm going to make everything around me beautiful. That will be my life." Some personal information is her name is Elsie de Wolfe, but she also goes by Lady Mindel. She was born on December 20th, 1859 in New York, New York. Her husband is Sir Charles Mendel. Her marriage took place in 1926. While claiming to be happy to be married, it seems for the most part to be a marriage out of convenience rather than love. She still had her lifelong companion, however, Elizabeth Marbury, who has helped in many ways in regard to her career. De Wolfe would often refer to herself as an ugly child when she was younger because of her views on the Victorian style. She was a rebel in a sense, since most did not agree with her stylistic choices, and she often called people she met, like in Scotland, the Queen Victoria, a little fat queen in a black dress and loads of jewels. Moving on to her earlier life, a little bit before becoming an interior designer. She has done many things, such as being an actress, which led to endeavors such as the Victorian Cerutu film Thermidor of 1891, produced by Charles Foreman, and also the Clyde Fitch's The Way of the World on Broadway. She also partook in fashion design, as you can see from this picture, before she started her interior design journey. Specifically, being an actress has helped her become an interior designer because of the people around her. Individuals such as Elizabeth Marbury, previously mentioned, specifically led to her being an interior designer. This was through a project of revamping Marbury's kitchen. Since de Wolfe did not enjoy the dark and brooding feeling of the Victorian style, the kitchen ended up being light, airy, and clean. De Wolfe's first major project in interior design would be when she was able to present her style to the masses when she was commissioned to design the interior of the Colony Club, which is a private social club led by women only. She used light colors like the light muted blue and incorporated reflective surfaces to give the illusion of airiness. This job and its success are what started to give de Wolfe the reputation and her name, America's first prominent female interior designer, and all give her credit for making an interior design a reputable career in general. This event also set in place her anti-Victorian style, which would become influential and seen all throughout her work. Moving on to the house in good taste. During this time of her career, there was a mass-produced article such as Good Housekeeping and the Dillinator, which led to one of the most infamous pieces concerning her ideas as an interior designer. The House in Good Taste of 1913. De Wolfe's style came to be as she used references from other places she did not live and styles were not previously popular in the areas she lived in. De Wolfe's style was also for the everyday person and how living with their dream interior design could be possible in anyone's daily life. A driving factor for why this specific style was used by de Wolfe was because how different a room could look using it. Having the possibility to rarely have a replicate design turned de Wolfe into this style. This ability to not be replicated is what made de Wolfe a rebel in her field. The main portion of this book shows how anyone can be clean and well pieced together in a room. One of her most notable decorative ideas was the use of garden trellis and paint them to use as an interior wall covering. Another aspect of Elsie de Wolfe's style comes from the feeling of being airy. To get this feeling, in addition to creating a whimsical atmosphere, the use of mirrors, light color were used. All these aspects together also bring forth the feminine side of her style. Interior design being a male-dominated skill, this was a stark contrast to the general design of people's living areas of the time. The Frick's estate. After Elsie de Wolfe's debut in interior design with the Colony Club, for the next couple of years she did many jobs ranging from other clubs to private houses, etc., till one of her biggest jobs yet, the living quarters of Henry Clay Frick. This opportunity to decorate the Frick residence ended up being de Wolfe's biggest payday and furthering her career into the interior design community. This also seemed to be one of de Wolfe's hardest projects, plainly because of how uncooperative Mr. Frick could be in some cases, saying things like, "The Jonas table does not please me. I cannot approve of this purchase of the writing set. If the suggestion was not being made by you, I would think it's rather too flashy." Even with the setback of an uncooperative client, de Wolfe is still able to stand her ground as a designer. She did this by making her point that her ideas are the best possible ideas for said project. No decision is not calculated with her. This project overall sums up de Wolfe's artistic vision and style. As you can see from the images, her use of light color. Now moving on to Elise de Wolfe's impact. Elise de Wolfe, while being from over half a century ago, still has her effect on interior design space of today. While some come from the private sector, like the business and effect she had for individuals such as Cole Porter, who wrote songs with mentions of her, and the Duchess of Windsor, which de Wolfe did interior design work for, and previous mentioned individuals that have more status in the world. The projects de Wolfe did with these individuals are still seen today, and even in the case of Frick, seen as art in a museum. The Frick collection still showcases de Wolfe's original work of the Bourchier Room. However, when thinking of the average person's life, de Wolfe still plays a major role. Her work, such as The House in Good Taste, this was made for the public and for every person to use. The idea that this book gives people is that they can do everything themselves and be original at that. The modern concept of this is seen through people doing DIYs, the aspect of doing it yourself and being original, with different options to choose from. Another part of Elise de Wolfe's legacy shows up in the style of her work itself. Finally, one of her biggest contributions to the interior design community is her contribution to women, I would say. Women were not able to vote till 1920. The way de Wolfe was able to stand her ground and become a prominent figure still shows women today that they can achieve anything they put their mind to, even though it will be difficult. Thank you. Have a nice day.